Good morning, Minnesota DFLers. Welcome to the DFL Daily. Richard Carl, I'm here, chair of the Minnesota Democratic Farmer Labor Party. Good to be with you each and every day, Monday through Friday at 10:45 to make sure that you have the message, the action, the tools to be empowered. A lot happening, obviously. I would like to start today's call by taking a moment of silence for our fellow Minnesotans killed at the hands of Donald Trump's ICE agents. Please join me. Thank you. This weekend, an ICE agent killed ICU nurse Alex Preddy in broad daylight. He was an observer with a camera. His last words were, "Are you okay?" Alex grew up in Green Bay, Wisconsin. He did choir and theater in high school. I actually know one of his theater buddies and choir buddies quite well. He was a dog dad, an outdoorsman, a researcher, and a University of Minnesota alum. He worked at the VA as an ICU nurse where he took care of veterans, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic. People who knew him say that he is a role model and a helper throughout his life. In their statements, in their statement, his parents said, "Please get the truth out about our son. He was a good man." We're going to do that today, and we're going to keep doing it. We need to believe our eyes, not the lies. ICE is killing Minnesotans in broad daylight. We've all seen the videos of the horrific murders of Alex Preddy and less than 3 weeks ago of poet and mom Renee Good. But the Trump administration keeps lying to us. They desperately hope that in the age of social media, their lies will travel faster than the truth. They're banking on information warfare. Americans are smarter than that, and so are Minnesotans. We're seeing that as Trump and ICE's approval ratings keep tanking, and as the truth keeps hitting our Facebook feeds. We're also stronger than that. Minnesotans are expert organizers. The world is watching us and learning from our positive example in this moment. Our governor said it well yesterday. Quote, "Minnesotans, you've won the hearts and minds of people across this country, and you've done it through your peaceful, resolved defense of your neighbors and the Constitution." On Friday, 15,000 Minnesotans peacefully protested at -17-degree weather with wind chills as low as -35 to call for an end to the direct harm Trump, Nome, and ICE's violent occupation is having on our state. People around the world cheered us on in solidarity through their own peaceful protests. On Saturday, we used the same organizing muscle to combat Trump's disinformation in real time. The DHS put out a false statement within minutes of the Minneapolis Police Department receiving the call about Alex's murder. Hundreds of thousands of you countered that by posting the footage, sharing facts, and passing them along to your neighbors. You kept modeling this. Believe your eyes, not the lies. The chaos and violence we're seeing in Minnesota isn't accidental. It's part of Donald Trump's retribution campaign against our state and our democracy at every level. Trump has been increasingly explicit about his anger over losing Minnesota 3 times, and he's using fear and intimidation to try and undermine our elections before they even happen. This is a deliberate strategy. First Minnesota, then the rest of the country, is what Donald Trump promised. Undermine trust, exhaust people, make participation feel dangerous or pointless. Minnesota Republicans for months have been enabling it by repeating Donald Trump's lies and refusing to stand up for our democracy and for our citizens. What's happening right now is about power, and our response has to be clarity, courage, and continued organizing as we head towards caucuses on February 3rd. What we're doing is working. Republicans' narrative is crumbling. Minnesota Republicans are disjointed and inconsistent in their messaging. A growing list, including today, Chris Madel, who dropped out of the governor's race this morning, are calling this out for what it is and saying enough is enough. We've seen reporting that GOP frontliners on the Hill are pulling their hair out, fearful that Saturday was the end of their congressional majorities. Even James Comer, one of Trump's largest allies in Congress, who led repeated investigations against then President Biden, suggested that ICE should maybe go to another city. Conservative allies and outlets like the Free Beacon and the Gun Owners of America have defied DHS's narrative. They're telling the truth. They're visibly breaking from Donald Trump. They agree with us that these killings require an investigation. Meanwhile, Trump is desperately trying to pivot and is flailing. His own party says that he's getting bad advice. Just look at how just look at how has just look at how he has panicked and what he's tried over the last 48 hours. Pushing an extortionist letter from Pam Bondi to Governor Walz this weekend demanding access to confidential voter roll information. Saying once again that he'll go after sanctuary cities, even though Minnesota is already trying to hand over dangerous criminals to the federal government, but is being told that ICE is too busy to take them. And sending the corrupt border czar, Tom Homan, to Minnesota after Kristi Noem, Greg Bovino, and Pam Bondi have already desecrated their oaths of office. They know this has gone too far. They know the public isn't buying Trump's blatant lies. So our call to action, keep going. The coming days are crucial to us winning. We need to keep going. Alex Preddy's parents asked us to get the truth out about their son. He was a good man. We're going to do that. Alex cared about people deeply. He cared about his parents, his neighbors, his elderly dog, who he took everywhere he went. He was a healer. We will not let Republican disinformation campaign slander Alex Preddy. His family deserves at least that much. We need to keep flooding the zone. The most effective things we can do right now, say it. Believe your eyes, not the lies. Share videos, photos, and facts. Keep telling Alex's story. Republicans are caving, and Donald Trump is getting weaker. We need to continue organizing. 1 week from tomorrow, we're going to come together in our neighborhood meetings known as precinct caucuses. It's going to be incredibly important this year that we all show up and we do everything we can to encourage others to show up as well. You can learn more at dfl.org/caucus and from your local unit leaders. Please help us get the word out and encourage people to go to dfl.org/commit and sign up to caucus. All right, folks. People remain super engaged. I want to note some upcoming events quickly. First and foremost, we have 2 more upcoming constitutional observer trainings, one on Wednesday at 7 p.m. and one Sunday at 6 p.m. We've had over 6,500 people so far sign up. You can sign up or spread the word too at dfl.org/observers. This afternoon, we have a virtual phone bank supporting Precinct Caucus organizing in Congressional Districts 7 and 8, followed by SD 13's caucus recruitment phone bank this evening. Tomorrow morning, folks can gather in community at Common Good Coffee Club in Taylor's Falls. Later in the day, we'll have a coffee and conversation with our West Metro organizer in Minnetonka. Tomorrow evening is especially busy with multiple caucus recruitment and phone banks going on, SD 36, 29, and 14, giving people plenty of ways to plug in wherever you are. There's also a town hall in St. Peter focused on the Social Security Expansion Act. And finally, tomorrow night, we're hosting a DFL Volunteer Lawyer Caucus Night training to make sure that we are ready to support our local units heading into Tuesday next week. You can find all of these events at dfl.org/events. All right, folks, 281 days until the midterm elections in November of this year. Show up, be heard, keep fighting back, and let's go win this thing. Thanks, everybody.